Hi, my name is Craig Berger, and I am chair of the Communication Design Pathways program and a professor in the Spatial Experience Design Program. I am developing this lecture for students in interior design, accessories design, fashion design, fine arts, or illustration. These programs are all available, are all accessible for students who want to go into the Spatial Experience Design Program. The program is open to all schools, all students in the School of Art and Design after completing their lower division or associate's program and submitting a portfolio. In the last 5 years, just about every student in one of the lower division School of Art and Design programs has been able to go into spatial experience design. If you're interested in spatial experience design, you can contact myself or Ann Kong at those email addresses. And for additional application information, you can contact Vernon Goodman Keating. Just a little bit on spatial experience design. The program encompasses a number of different professional areas, from exhibition design, which is a hybrid of storytelling and the environment, and which is also, we have a graduate program in that area called Exhibition and Experience Design. We have environmental graphics, which is messages, information, or imagery. That's part of the environment. That's an area that I was a director of education for before I came to FIT. A large area is entertainment, concerts, theaters, and events, marketing and sensory experiences, placemaking, public installations, landmarks, which define the places around us, and branding, retail spaces, and consumer activations. Our program encompasses a variety of technical areas. Graphic design as part of the human experience, branding, where we focus on a corporation or institution's overall values, visualization through models, animation, and physical placemaking, technical, in-depth documentation. Everything we do in our program is meant to work in the real world. So it all has to be buildable and usable in the environment. We also encompass digital through both on-screen and physical computing level. Our program is roughly 50% physical development and 50% digital development. And then social. Almost all of our projects, we either work with teams or we work individually, but as part of a connection to specification and experience in larger teams. Our program, if you look at a Venn diagram, encompasses 3 different areas: consumer brand experience and retail design, exhibition and environmental graphics, and brand activations, entertainment, and product presentation, which is really the largest growing area now. You can see there's a lot of overlap between these areas overall, but they're all encompassing the area of creating experiences. These are really exciting places and spaces, and then how they link to how we buy, how we learn, how we develop in the environment. And participate in the environment. We use a motto of making, and we feel that the art of making and engineering is central to making decisions related to the decisions of working in institutions or corporations. And we use Elon Musk as a model, and that his feeling was that all top business decisions are made through the use of design and the use of development. We're a program in our program that's built by doing. And we like to encompass the students into a lot of variety of different areas. To meet that needs, we provide more resources than any other program. We have a computer lab, a full shop, wood shop and metal shop, a print lab, and we have server support. So whether it's digital or physical, we have extensive resources, and our students do extremely well because they can do a variety of different things and focus in a variety of different areas. The other exciting thing about our students in our program is they can go into a variety of different areas. So they have technical skills that can allow them to graduate and be successful, and then be able to build careers that are very effective in the long term. So just a few things that our students do. This is Zuzana. She graduated in 2011, and now she is in the graduate program for exhibition and experience design. And Zuzana chose a lot of different skills: physical building, being able to do 3D visualization, graphic design skills, and various environmental skills as well. So this gives an example of the variety of projects that she works on. So every student is able to do a lot of different things as part of their education. You also learn about how to develop your own professional skills. We have a lot of classes in internships, career exploration, personal marketing, portfolio development, and it really results well in developing your own career and your own career development. So this is a good example of a student from our program, Stacy Suvino. She graduated from our program in 2008. And she worked for a number of film and production companies before starting her own company. And now she's involved in major award-winning movies and film development. So she took her specialty production skills and was able to develop it into her own business. And you see that a lot with a lot of our students, that a lot of our students decide to work either for companies or on their own, quite development. A lot of our students also work very heavily in newer technology areas, particularly. So this is a good example of a student of ours, Laura Suhawk. She graduated a few years ago, and she now has moved into a producer of illumination and dynamic activations, concerts and events in the environment, which is really a hot area that we've developed a lot of programs for. A lot of our students also go into a lot of physical fields. This is a good example of a student of ours, Lauren Dumler. She graduated in 2016, and she's now a freelance artist and designer for displays and installations. So she does work for Anthropology and for Ralph Lauren, and then she does a lot of work for development of interior places and spaces. So the idea of being a student who can go into a lot of digital areas or technology or physical areas and be able to work for companies or develop their own professional careers. Of course, a lot of our students also work in traditional areas like graphic design, but we do graphics in a much different way. Our graphic design program is oriented around the environment first. So a good example is Kira Huang, who's a professor in our program and a 2008 graduate, and Tiago Eichner, who graduated in 2012. And both of them work in this area of integrated graphics for exhibitions, environments, and for print and for web and digital. And Kira is also the director of design for the New York Historical Society. A lot of our graduates, though, also work for big companies, and this is very common. We have graduates who are like Monko Fuller, who's the director of design for Chanel, and probably our most famous graduate, James Damian, became one of the world's leading consumer brand specialists and is now the CEO of, or he was recently the CEO of Buffalo Wild Wings. And these designers, they specialize in holistic and complete design as it relates to the business environment. Emma Morgan, she's actually going to be teaching with us next semester, and she became the director of design for Tiffany's. So what we see is going back to Elon Musk's motto, be able to develop a design career and being able to develop it in a physical and develop that design career and expand that into working at the higher corporate level over time. Another big area that a lot of our students are graduating into is brand experiences. This is really a popular area right now because in the last 10 years, there's been an exciting growth of these experiential agencies where they develop events and activations, interior events and programs. And this is an interesting thing because a lot of our careers in professional areas are rather, they fluctuate. And so things change over time. In the old days, there were large scale retail firms, but now those firms have become much more experiential and much more linked to digital. And then of course, the biggest area right now for our new students, our new graduates, is this complete experience where they develop a brand, all the elements around that brand. So this is one of our students, Christian. He just graduated in May, and it's very interesting that he got a job with MKG Experiential Marketing, one of the leading experiential marketing firms, without ever submitting a portfolio. He developed the window on 7th Avenue that you see below on the left. And from that, he was able to leverage it into a job and a career and they called him directly, didn't even interview him, a really interesting thing. And we like to do, a lot of our students like to develop a full brand, an experiential brand. And just to give you an example of this, you could see where that he was able to develop a video around the work that he does. And this is a very exciting thing that you see with a lot of our students, is they develop a lot of holistic branding, and then they're able to take that and really turn it into a really incredible set of visual skills, as you can see here. And this is something that all of our students learn how to do, is be able to take animation, physical graphics, physical development, and combine it into the environment. A lot of our students also focus very heavily on digital visualization as well as physical work, like Sam Lurie, who graduated in 2012, or complete fabrication, like one of our students who graduated this past spring, who is now a lead fabricator for Interior Marketing Group. So our balance of physical and digital skills give you a wide variety of opportunities to move into a number of different areas and experiences. So let's just do a little quick overview of the program. We have a 4-semester program over 2 years for students who have already had a lower division degree. So if you have an associate's degree, or if you completed your lower division program, you're eligible to come in. And you can see that the program is split into 4 parts. The 1st to 5th semester is a broad overview. The 6th focuses predominantly on branding and graphic development, as well as large-scale physical development. The 7th semester focuses on storytelling and narrative development, as well as your portfolio in the beginning of thinking about your careers. And then the 8th semester is just internship and your professional degree program, your professional senior design project, of which you could pick whatever you want to do. So just pretty quickly, the 5th semester focuses on introductory spatial skills, fabrication, 3-dimensional visualization, storytelling, the history of the program, and experiential graphics. So a lot about storytelling. Hybrid drawing development, you learn different drawing and visualization skills. Model building, planning, 3D rendering, and display. This is small scale product display, and every student gets a chance to build their own display. And then, of course, physical construction skills. So you learn how to work with materials and how to develop elements and put them together. We also do a lot about technical drawing and technical development. So you really learn how elements come together. So you learn how to make things and how to turn those into physical construction elements. You also learn research. A big part of our program is doing research and development for the areas that you're going to be focusing on. And so we do a lot of trends research, and we bring a lot of that trends research into larger projects. So these are some recent examples of that. In your 6th semester, you focus on dynamic branding, experiential graphics, and consumer environments. So you could see 3D fixture development that combine graphics, object display, and presentation. You focus on complete graphic branding for institutions. So you take a graphic brand and you're able to apply it to a physical space, a website, and a complete object-oriented environment. You focus on development of large-scale consumer spaces and how they're displayed. And then large-scale physical spaces that integrate into the environment that combine graphics, physical display, and animated display. In the 7th semester, you have a lot more choice. And so you have a choice of taking major area electives and related areas, as well as exhibition and narrative development and graphic design for narrative development. So this is a great project. This is the Harlem Windows, where we develop history of exhibitions for Harlem. This year, we're doing most of these back at the school, where we're developing a series of rotating historic and institutional exhibitions that are pretty amazing. And they're in the 7th Avenue this semester. We do a lot of placemaking. As I said, we excel in physical production on a large scale level. We develop experiences. This is for the PAVE competition, the world's leading competition for people with spatial experience design, of which 60 schools in 14 countries compete. We've won a couple of years, and actually we won this most recent year, this past year. And so this was the 1 year where we won a few years ago. And then this was this year's winner from our program. So we definitely are considered one of the leading international programs in development of this type of work. We also do a lot of technology integration through holograms, projection, augmented reality. But unlike many programs, what we do isn't just conceptual. What we do is also involving physical storytelling and development. So we do Arduino development, and we develop physical prototyping for real world objects. We have a prop and set class where we develop propping for movies and theater. And one of our most popular programs is experiential activations. So we develop things like events and things that combine time, graphics, placemaking for activations and review. So you learn how to script out events and script out programs. Now in the 8th semester, you culminate with learning all of the skills of an independent capstone with an internship in business preparation. So your capstone, you get to choose whatever you want, but you have to be able to build and develop your built in the environment. This is actually a digital display of the work in the C lobby 1 year, and some of the physical displays that students have built. You also have to be able to develop your plan. You have to develop your digital, your physical, and your graphic elements. Some of our students decide to do physical fixturing. This student wanted to go into the fixture industry. Some students developed more narrative and exhibition-based work, or events and activations. And then, of course, it culminates in a complete overview of developing entire environments that interact and convey information. So let me just finish on, this was from one of our leading students in the program, Zuzana, who's now in the graduate program. And I always like to finish on this note because I feel that it's a great example of a project where the student really combined all of the strong elements in one particular area. So I'll bring that up. So as you can see, the student really tries to encompass all of the different physical elements into space. So just to finish on that note, the Spatial Experience Design Program, as I mentioned before, is open to students in the School of Art and Design. So any one of these lower division areas that we mentioned before is eligible. And please, if you're interested in the program or learning more about the program or how to apply to the program, please reach out to myself or Ann Kong. Thank you and have a great day.